Okay, we're online. Welcome back, one and all, to Flowers Volume 2 Summer. We just started our playthrough last night, and we didn't get super far. We got sufficiently far, maybe, for an episode of one playthrough. Which is to say, we got through the intro, and we sort of laid groundwork for what I want this series to be, and we got a bit through Chapter 1 as well. And safe to say that things didn't really get off on the right note for our main character. It's not really her day. She had a bad run-in with, some jerk, from her perspective, say. We'll kind of summarize this from Erica's perspective. She had a run-in with some jerk under the cherry tree, and she goes into school next day and finds out that said jerk is going to be her roommate, and she's in charge of her for the foreseeable future, which is, as well as having to live with her, which is just peachy. And that's about where we left off, where she was just heaped, this bad news was just heaped onto her, and she really didn't have any say in the matter because apparently she has a weakness for cute faces, and that is really the entire reason that she couldn't say no. I did get some feedback in the last stream that, depending on sort of your listening device or where you're watching this back, it could be hard to hear me, it could be hard to hear the audio in general, so we're going to tweak the settings a little bit more and sort of see if we can achieve a nice balance where we can hear everything, the music, the characters, their voices, my voice when it's necessary, and things like that. So let's get into this. We're just where we left off in Chapter 1. Alright, so probably to bring out the characters' voices, I'm going to raise it a couple bars and lower the background music even more, and I can adjust it as needed per scene because this upbeat music that's playing right now is definitely the loudest. There's the most going on in that BGM, so yeah, we're gonna raise the general voice volume and maybe adjust it depending on the specific character's needs, and thankfully they have settings for that. So yeah, where we left off was Erica is now in charge of her roommate, Chidori, who doesn't really seem to like her, although it's not really personal, by the looks of it anyway, since Chidori doesn't really seem to like anyone. Erica kind of takes this in stride by the looks of it. She isn't too put off by it. I don't really know what her intentions are at this point, to, I guess, just survive the experience, because she's not too hot on having this person as a roommate, I don't think. So let's see where this takes her.
ま、こいつが同行を求めてこなきゃ愛想なし女を持て余してただろうしな。
Hate to be a buzzkill, but there's I think that's actually our first typo. 2 random slashes. Not bad, considering Volume 1 Spring, if you watch my playthrough of that, was kind of riddled with typos, which is a shame. Not game-breaking typos, mind you, but there were a lot of them. It was kind of unprofessional. So far, we're only in Chapter 1, but so far, this volume doesn't seem to have that many typos. I haven't really seen any. That's our first one. It's not really that bad. I shouldn't harp on it for too long. It's not a big deal. For now, anyway.
頼む、白羽。学内の案内一緒についてきてくれないか？え、私が？私でよければ。
You gotta wonder why that is. If Erica doesn't know, are we supposed to know?
スオさんが行くなら私も。なんせ委員長以外は人嫌いと重度の人見知りだもんな。何か言った？八重垣さん。いや、自分たちはいらないなって話さ。
She's not wrong about the social standings of everyone here, or that they're probably not needed.
あ、ええ、そうね。他の5名は風紀委員が案内しているって話だよな。それとこの学院で紹介すべきところは、ここがバレエのレッスン室よ。
Hang on, since we have our voice cranked up almost to full, I do think I do need to make some slight adjustments. It makes sense for the louder characters to need to be lowered their volume a little bit, and the quiet characters, you kind of help their voice be heard, literally, not figuratively in this case. It's fine for now. Just needed to lower it just by a little bit.
本当にバレエのレッスン室があるのね。ええ、この学院の体育の時間は全てクラシックバレエなの。高崎さんは経験者なのよね。ええ。気に入ったようね。そうみたいだな。鏡がフランス製だとかかね。ねえ。はい、何かしら。バレエの授業は専門の指導者がいるの？あ、それは。八重垣さん、高崎さんの質問に答えてあげて。はあ？なんで私が？だってこれからアミティエとして共に行動するのでしょ。早く仲良くなっておいた方がいいわ。早く答えて。
I guess she's got a point. It's well intentioned, I guess, and I think Yaigaki mentioned before we ended our previous stream at the end, partway through chapter 1, Yaigaki has a hard time turning down people with good intentions. I think she said that herself, so I guess she was about to, but even that wouldn't have been enough. But the timing was almost perfect. Or terrible, depending on how you want to look at it. Oh my gosh. Okay. This time the answers, our choices are actually very different from each other. She could continue to mess with her in the manner similar to how she did last night, or she could answer truthfully. Okay, well, I'm actually a little bit curious, since once again, I'm not really sure what answer to pick. I kind of want to pick the joke one just because it's kind of funny. And once again, I'm not really sure what her goal is and how any of these answers could possibly contribute to that goal. But I wouldn't be too hung up on it if the little progress indicator in the right hand side here flashed orange, which I think it's gonna do if we pick something that doesn't correspond to the true route. I haven't been able to confirm that since we are 2 for 2 so far, but I guess that would confirm that there is more than one route in this game. Assuming, of course, that the progress indicator is of the same format as it is in Volume 1 Spring. I'm gonna pick the joke answer. Let's see where it takes us. Green, okay. Yeah, she really doesn't like her.
あなたが？そうだ。車椅子に乗っているからっておかしいかい？サッカーの監督が全て元選手だってわけじゃないだろ。なんだよ。おい。嘘つきの顔をじっくり確認しておきたかったのよ。お芝居の研究になるでしょ。お芝居だ？そうよ。あなたみたいなタイプはいなかったから興味深いわ。変わり者ね。
I don't think she's wrong about that. It's actually maybe the first time she said something that I agree with.
そうかい。お前も五同類だよ。ゴッホや地味編も変わり者だった。
Me too.
そろそろちゃんと答えてあげれば？
Hey, why not both, right? What do you have to pick?
そろそろ案内は終わったんじゃねえの？まだ学者以外の説明が終わってないわ。
Goes right over her head.
校舎の外となると。車椅子で出歩くには面倒な場所なんだよな。寄宿舎に戻るときは土を落として入らなくちゃならないしな。そうだわ。とっておきの場所があるの。高崎さんも八重垣さんも気に入ると思うわ。
There's a new background. Everything before this was a familiar setting. It was a familiar setting in a way because the chapel, the gazebo, the greenhouse were all sort of iconic is not the word that I want, although it's the one that first comes to mind. The pivotal, we'll say. Well, the pivotal places where stuff happens, for lack of a better word. But that's new. I suppose I am a little bit excited to see, because Volume 1 Spring isn't. It does give us a nice introduction to the Academy, but I always did sort of feel maybe now with hindsight that maybe there was something missing.
これからとっておきの場所に行くのよ。とっておきってこれかよ。
This is new information for, well, it's new information for everyone. Not only is the location new, but we, at the end of Volume 1 Spring, by the end of that volume, we had no mention of this place. So that means in the short time that's passed between spring and summer, you probably found this. I want to say more, but it would be mostly speculation, so no point in me. We might as well just continue on with this scene, see where it takes us. But just give me a second. Mess with the stream for a bit. Oops, not that. That's the game, and we need that. Okay, we're back. Perfect. Yeah, I really like the independent pictures, the specially drawn scenes that they have in each chapter. Not only are they all very beautifully drawn, but they make for great thumbnails. And that's probably what I'm gonna do here is, cut out all the extra stuff, including my ugly face. No one wants to see that in the thumbnail. And yeah, it's more visually appealing that way.
そう、とっても可愛いでしょ。それにしてもうさぎ小屋かよ。小学校じゃ定番だが、この学院にもあったんだな。私も最近知ったの。農場で廃棄される野菜をどこに捨てたらいいか上級生に聞いたら、この子たちにあげるんだって聞いて。へえ。
So that little discrepancy is answered. She only recently found out about it. But what's not answered is why it's quote-unquote special to her. That's something we're gonna find out soon. Presumably.
ほら、こっちよ。人参があるわよ。ほらほら、美味しいわよ。全然懐かれないのな、委員長。ウサギは人参が大好きなんじゃないの？
I heard that carrots aren't actually good for rabbits. At least not like as a consistent part of their diet. It's like a treat for them. Or is that with cats and milk? I heard cats aren't supposed to drink milk after they grow up to be adult cats. Or maybe it's both, I'm not really sure. And I'm too lazy to Google it, so we'll just pass that off as a random trivia fact for now, even if it's a lie. I'm sorry if it is. Poor Rika. We could have guessed that much just from the picture here.
どうしたらそんなに懐かれるの？わからないわ。 食べてる。なんだ、笑えるんじゃんか。
That would be a first. Hey, it's like I was talking about at the beginning of during their first meeting in the prologue, and I compared it to the meeting of Suo and Mayuri in Volume 1 Spring, where these sort of dreamlike scenes really do set the stage for the game, and they kind of signal to the viewer like, oh hey, you know, this character is important and this relationship is going to be important in the future. So I'm glad, like, it seemed like I was right to some extent, at least according to Erica anyway.
高崎さんはお家で何か動物は飼っていたの？何も。仕事以外では初めて触れたわ。そう、あまりに慣れているからご趣味で動物を飼っているのかと思ったわ。趣味。何か変なことを聞いてしまった？趣味は持ったことはないわ。私、無駄なことはしない主義なの。無駄なことはしないって、人生なんてその無駄を楽しむものだろ。
It's probably not the right thing to say to someone who works in the entertainment industry, considering how ridiculous their lives must be.
人生を切り開くのなら無駄な要素は省くものよ。バレエが趣味だって言ってたじゃないかよ。趣味ってのは暇つぶしの代表だろ。趣味は自分にとって益かどうかで決めるものだわ。趣味に意義を見出したらそれは習い事だろうがよ。
They're really going at it. Waste no time in arguing semantics. I guess that's how the whole conversation started. Rika thought she chose the wrong word.
そろそろ教室へ戻りましょう。うさぎさんたちもあまり構いすぎると疲れてしまうでしょうし。
She really is what? Now we might never know, although I'm sure Erica was on the verge of an insult.
そうだな。ええ。バイバイ。
There was at least one person who seemed to be enjoying herself. Yeah, I know what she means, but we haven't had much of an opportunity to see this new Suo. I'm a little bit nervous about it because, well, she's not happy with herself, or really with anything.
どうしたの、八重垣さん。いや。
I really hope she gets a route, honestly, because, well, these are two of my favorite characters right here. And as strange as a romance route would be to me at first, I think I can warm up to it. Just because their dynamic isn't, you know, like that, in my opinion anyway.
早くして。じゃないと置いていくわよ。な、いい アミティエだろ。
I actually wanted to sort of course correct what I said earlier in the prologue about how the the differences between Erica's narration and Suo's, or the lack of differences maybe. And I don't think that's entirely true now that I think about it, because I do think the narration has, up to this point, really reflected their personalities. It's true that, like, they do have some similarities. That they both have a flair for the dramatic, and their descriptions are all often have sort of this lyrical quality to it, which I think is great. I think it's nice that they share this, because it makes them, you know, entertaining narrators to listen to or to read. But Suo is, well, what's the opposite of a misanthrope? It's like a person lover, literally, but like there's probably a word for it. But she like inherently believes in she believes in the inherent goodness of people. It seems not like someone like her stepmom or like Dahlia Sensei, who she doesn't really like, but like her peers, who she views as potential friends. She thinks that like all of them like are inherently good at heart, and that what flaws they have maybe are sort of minor in the grand scheme of things. She believes that like they're good people, that most people are good people, and that's her. But Erica is obviously not like that at all. I don't think she believes that people are inherently good or anything. I don't think she thinks they're inherently bad. That, I guess there's often like a, good and bad in everyone, and that she would just rather not interact with those people, most of the time. And I think that definitely shows, like say when the Sasaki's made their first appearance in chapter 1, and Erica was talking about like, oh, you two have no manners. That was her dialogue, obviously, but like, Suo would never say something like that, even when she was, even like in her thoughts, like in her own head, because she just doesn't see it that way. And so I think that's the main difference that I see. Well, I do have an appreciation for sarcasm and negativity myself, so maybe I can relate to Yaigaki a bit more, and that's probably why she is my favorite character. Uh, but yeah, I do think that that difference is very apparent in her narration comparing it to Suo's.
後半の部分は賛成だ。
Oh, well, that is some impeccable timing right there. She says, I don't know what line that is. I don't read Hemingway that much, or at all, admittingly. But this is the line: the world is a fine place and worth fighting for. Erica says she agrees with the second part, which means that she does not agree with the first part. And that fits in with everything I said, that she does not believe in the inherent goodness of people or the world in general.
思ったよりも小さい部屋ね。窓際は私のベッドだ。お前はドア側だ。わかったな。アミティエになったからには同じ部屋になるんだよな。かの文豪も戦えと言っているしな。あなた独り言が多いわね。
Her and Suo alike, yeah.
お前が吐かせているんだよ。おい、勝手に本棚のものに触れるなよ。そこにあるのは全て私物だ。この本全部が？そうだよ。読書が趣味なんだ。令嬢然とした私に似合ういい趣味だろ。
to dignify that with a response, are we?
ここにある本すべて読んでいるの？ああ、当然だろ。それが何か？一貫性がないわ。本なら何でもいいと言った風ね。やはり変わり者だわ。それはお互い様だろ。なあ高崎、お前途中編入だけどさ、何をしてここへ飛ばされたんだ？あなたも途中編入組だと聞いたけれど。へえ、誰に聞いたのかね。おしゃべりな双子姉妹か？ま、そうだ。私も途中編入組だよ。
So she avoids the question, fires it right back at her. She does seem like the type to not really talk about herself a lot. Doesn't really seem like the type to talk about anything.
なら想像がつくでしょ。私と同じ理由だってことかい？
That touches on an interesting point for us because we don't know why Yagaki transferred in halfway in the first place.
まあいいさ。同じホテルカリフォルニアにチェックインしたんだからな。
There's another reference of somewhat high popularity, because, you know, the Eagles song, of course. I think it's actually pretty apt. I'm a little bit, I'm pretty amused by it myself because, you know, you can check out, but you can never leave. And it's true, it was kind of an important point touched upon in Chapter 5 of Volume 1, and repeated again here, that it's kind of easy to frame this place as a prison. There's nothing to do, like, outside of class, as in you can't have any, like... I shouldn't say there's nothing to do, because that implies that the only source of entertainment is electronic devices, but you don't really have a connection with the outside world. I guess that's the point she's making here, because the one in the song doesn't either. A very apt descriptor, either way. Nice reference, Erica. I approve.
仲良くとは口が裂けても言えないが、お互い境界線だけは守っていこうぜ。チェックインするのはたやすくても、決して立ち去ることはできない。
Ding, ding, ding. That's it. This is great. I like the theme of references so far. The Dark Knight at the beginning, and Princess and the Frog, the Eagles. I guess, of course, I'm biased. The more reference that they have that I understand, then the more I'm gonna like it.
歌詞じゃ大敗的な滞在者に嫌気がさして飛び出そうって話だが、住めば都ってやつだ。それも互いにプライバシーを守るのが大前提だがね。
Hi, Michael. Welcome to the stream. Don't worry, I'm late all the time in real life, so can't judge you. You missed a pretty dope Hotel California reference by the Eagles, though. I was a big fan of it. Spent like 2 minutes talking about it.
こんなところ、さっさと出ていくわ。さっきからお互いの私生活には踏み込まないって言っていたけど、聞いてるのかね？
Probably not. She's kind of off in her own world up to this point anyway. Dang that. Fair enough. See ya. I thought that knock was was real. It sounded real. It sounded like it could have been at my door.
ごきげんよう。あらあら、荷ほどきをしていたのね。はい。八重垣さんも協力してあげたのね。もう仲良くなったみたいね。さすがにどこに目をつけてるんだと言いたくなるぜ。
It's a pretty good point that she makes here. What designs she has for us implies that Dahlia has an ulterior motive, which, if you don't know me by now, in my opinion of her, I am in that camp until I am convinced, until like I see like solid evidence otherwise, because I just don't trust like airheaded characters like her. And sounds harsh, sounds it probably is, because Erica herself said it, but I kind of agree with her.
どう？八重垣さんに学院内を案内してもらって、ここは気に入ったかしら？高崎さんは恥ずかしがり屋さんなのね。
Interesting way to put it.
まあ、この人は性善説の人だからな。
Okay, I'm kind of creeped out right now. Because I was talking about this like right before this scene started, except I was applying it to Suo, of course, but not Dahlia. And I can't agree or disagree with her because Dahlia is kind of she's like a character we don't know a lot about, and like her intentions are kind of mysterious. And I think what you see here applies more to Suo than it does Dahlia. But it's just like, I talked about it for like 5 minutes before this scene, and now it shows up. I'm just like, it's not my insane powers of perception or anything. It's just like, maybe I am kind of in tune with the themes of this game. I've played it, I have like 50 hours on Volume 1. Maybe that might have something to do with it, and by the time this is all over, I'm sure I'll have like 30 at least, probably more if I want to do all the routes. Anyway. Oh, hey, there we go. Like I said, Erica does not believe that human nature is fundamentally good. I guess we'll see here if she does believe that people are inherently bad, or if it's just there's a mixture of good and bad in everyone, which is probably a more pragmatic approach to it.
それで、バスキア教諭、何かご用があるのですか?
But I guess we don't get to see that now.
あ、そうそう、そうなのよ。言い忘れたことがあって伺ったの。
I suppose it might not do any harm to point out we see some pretty telling indicators of physical attraction here from Erica. And it's not the first time, but just like in Volume 1, where Suo would just get very flustered or hyper aware of like the physical presence of like some girl next to her, or she'd like take notice of like what they smelled like, or I guess like the sound of their voice, or some other cheesy things like that. And she would get like very flustered and embarrassed by it. And she would never be able to figure out why until, about halfway through. Same thing here. And it's kind of surprising considering how much Erica does not like people. I guess you can not like people and still be attracted to them, right? Maybe that's why. But yeah. We see this theme here, and it's kind of like a pretty good indicator that Erica, maybe I don't know if she is coming to terms with her own sexuality. It's hard to say this early on because it hasn't been brought up once. But the awareness is there, I think. As far as like the awareness of the physical presence of another girl.
八重垣さんと同室になった高崎さんには心得てもらいたいことがあるの。八重垣さんとアミティアになったからには、はい、少し前かがみになってね。
Well, this is an unexpected development.
ベッドに移動するときや移動のときはこうして抱き上げて。
Actually, hang on. I print screened the earlier scene with the rabbits, so I could use as my thumbnail, but I think I might choose this one just because it's funnier, we'll say. More eye-catching, you could also say. So give me a second while I screenshot this, because this is probably going to be my thumbnail. Clear out the screen, and like so. Okay, we're back.
ほらダメよ、暴れたら危ないわ。
Oh my god, this has to be mortifying, honestly. And we can even see it, but like, if you were Erica, sort of always very sharp-tongued and talking smack and like just giving off of just like a general uninterested or unapproachable vibe, and then this happens, doesn't do very good things for the image that you're trying to present to other people. So that's that. Poor Erica.
つまりは私が八重垣さんの介助を行うと。
そう、ほとんど八重垣さん一人で行えるけれど、大変なところは協力してほしいの。例えば食事をこの部屋に持ってきたり、
バスキア共有。
あとはお着替えとかかしら。そうね、それじゃパジャマへ着替えるのを私が実演するわね。
あ、いや、本当に勘弁してください。
Yeah, I imagine that Chidori is the last person that she wants to do those things, or to do those things for her.
笑ってはないか。
そう？まあ、お着替えは実演しなくともわかるわよね。それじゃあ今度は車椅子に移動する時の介助を見ていてね。
That is very true. You can't resist.
こうして体重を任せてもらえば随分と楽になるの。それと腕力で体を引き起こそうとしてはダメ。直立した姿勢でなく腰を落としておくの。
なぜです？
力だけで移動させようとすると腰を痛めてしまうからよ。体全体を使って解除するの。
I think there's a SpongeBob scene that's relevant to this. The one where they're all fighting. It's like an early episode, and Squidward throws out his bag. SpongeBob basically has to launch himself to fix Squidward's back. And that's what happens when you lift with your arms. You get your back thrown out, and someone launches themselves at you. So don't lift with your arms.
世話になっている以上無下にはできないしな。
わかったかしら？
Might be too late for that. She was already pretty darn embarrassed.
あとはそうね、お風呂だけど。
Let's let's make the voices a little bit louder, shall we? I really do like the soundtrack, and I usually want to highlight it at whatever point possible, but the voices are more important. Hearing what they're saying is more important, so yeah, that should be good for now. Yeah, I think that's pretty understandable. Not even being dramatic.
あら八重垣さん、お風呂の介助は私がいいの？
Oh my gosh. And once again, I feel like this would be a lot easier for me and I wouldn't be ruminating over it for so long if I knew sort of what the objective of this game is. I've talked about it basically every time we come across the choices that I don't know what Erica wants to be, like, by the end of this game, like what kind of person she wants to grow into. What we've seen of her up until now, I couldn't even tell you if she wants to grow at all, or if she's happy with who she is. And that's what makes these choices kind of difficult for me, and, like, I could be totally misleading myself with the stuff about this progress and this supposed progress indicator in the corner, and how it lights up green. It could just be lighting up green whenever you make a choice. It doesn't have to be lighting up green to indicate a character's route, because I've yet to see it light up with a different color, unlike in Volume 1, where it, you know, lit up like that. Green for Mayuri and orange for Rika, basically. So I guess we're gonna save again. And see where this takes us. Maybe I just have to pick the bolder answer. We'll see where. Let's see about this. Green again. Okay. Can I just have been right 4 times in a row? I don't know. Whatever. We'll just keep going. If I find out sometime soon, maybe I don't have to. Maybe I can just start over and I don't have to go that far again to get to where we are right now.
先生の方がいいかなって。
あらあらあらあら。
え？
Yeah, same. She didn't have to take it that way, but she did.
おい、勘違いするなよ。そんなんじゃ。いや、言葉の通りなんだけどさ。別に消去法だってのに。
人に選ばれるって嬉しいものね。
And in typical Dahlia fashion, she just sort of makes the situation worse in the most embarrassing way possible. Nice going.
あら、八重垣さん、疲れているみたいだけど大丈夫？
The entire exchange was tiring, I think.
アイスを抱えてやけ食いしたい気分ですけど、平気です。
Oh, word? On top of being really sarcastic and observant and, like, you know, just a great character overall, she's also really relatable. How could you not like her? Putting aside the fact that, you know, meeting her in real life would probably mean that she hates you right off the bat, but other than that, person can dream, right?
ダメよ。そんなことをしたらお腹が冷えてしまうわ。
That's That's the eternal struggle with sarcasm.
それじゃ少し早いですけど行きましょうか。どこかおかゆいところはありますか？
That's kind of, well, I guess we can unpack this a bit, figure out why, because this is obviously not the first time that this has happened. She needs someone to, like, bathe her, basically, and I think up until now, Dahlia Sensei's been in charge of that. It's what she said, if what I remember of her saying as much in the prologue correctly. Anyway. So I guess she's still just kind of reeling from this earlier situation, and, where Dahlia was just totally getting the wrong idea, and it kind of rubbed off back on her, maybe. I'm not really sure.
今日はいつも以上に楽しげですね。
And there it is. What I said wasn't entirely correct, but that's probably why she's, like, her awareness, or, like, sort of self-consciousness, I should say, that's a more accurate word, of the situation is, like, cranked up to 11.
「いつもより八重垣さんとたくさんお話できているからかしら。」
はずだったんだけどな。
ん？強くしすぎたかしら？
いえ、ちょうどいいくらいです。
そう上手になったかしら？
I don't know if it's fair to blame Chidori in this situation. Did she say? Maybe she said something I missed, actually. Let me just go back up real quick. Oh, maybe it's this. She was judging her with this
へえ
very implicative sort of sound.
Today ですね。
少し早めに来たから念入りにしましょう。女の子ですものね。
はあ。世話をかけてすいません。
あらあら、今日は随分と素直なのね。
Probably a little strange and misplaced to say that. If after it's become a regular occurrence, it might belie her self-consciousness in this situation.
素直ついでに聞いてもいいですか？
Why not?
なに？
Take advantage of the mood. The mood.
どうして高崎とアミティエにしたんですか？いや、頼ることを学ぶためでしたね。
それもだけれど、高崎さんと気が合うと思ったの。
That's pretty impressive. She figured this out without her having to say anything. But she wasn't entirely right. She figured that part out on her own, though.
正直合わないと思います。
そうかしら。二人ともとても似ているわ。
Sorry, I missed this. I was like not paying attention. Because that's important. And it's an observation that we made earlier. That there's sort of shared hatred for people. Or maybe it's not hatred. I think it's more of a disinterest in people. Well, it doesn't exactly make for putting two people together like that. It doesn't mean they're gonna be friends. Probably decreases the chances of that, to be honest. But it's a common personality trait. Maybe that's not just what she's talking about, but I am inclined to agree with her. Erica would never admit it herself, of course, but it's the truth of the matter is probably something to consider going forward.
かわいいわ、八重垣さん。私が同級生だったらアミティアになりたかったわ。
Who wouldn't? Okay. The last time this dialogue option came up, we picked it, but in line with the sort of the theme of the choices that we've been picking recently, it's been like kind of the same theme of what we were going for in Volume 1, where it was like the sort of the bolder options, usually the ones that were maybe the uncharacteristic ones of her coming out of her shell, that kind of thing. It doesn't mean I'm any closer to figuring out an answer for this, but actually I'm gonna do a test here. I'm gonna pick both of them. I'm gonna pick the one that I wanted to first, and if it lights up green, then I'm gonna go back and pick the other one. If it lights up green again, then we're screwed, because that means I don't have a progress bar, or a progress indicator here to tell me if I'm making the right choices or not. Because I'm still kind of in the dark as to whether this game has more than one route. And what better way to find out than to manipulate the save feature of the game. For now, we'll choose the one that we picked earlier. Okay, so that's the information that we needed to know. It sort of indicates that there is more than one route, and that it probably tells us that this progress bar works the same that it did in Volume 1. That there's a green route, there's a route, the choices correspond to one of two routes, the green one and the orange one, and going off of that pattern, the green one is probably the true one, the canonical one, and the orange one is an alternate one. So, with that in mind, we can cheat, and we don't have to consistently worry about whether we're hurtling towards a bad ending or not. But I guess this is the one that matches up with the true route of the game, so we're picking it. Green, that means we're on the right track.
私もバスキア教諭だったらよかったと思いました。
本当に？
ええ。
そう、本当に嬉しいわ。
あ、先生。
八重垣さんは本当に人を喜ばせるのが上手ね。
Interesting observation. And up until this point, Is that true? Maybe it is in the sense that she knows what people want to hear and she actively defies it in every conversation she has by being a jerk. Or just, you know, it's just what her personality is. Because obviously it took a great deal of mental effort for her to say this right here. Where is it? It took her, you know, yeah, since she became red as a tomato after.
大丈夫よ。
何がですか？
私を思いやっていてくれたのでしょう。八重垣さんは人へ優しさを与えられる人ですもの。だからきっとうまくいくわ。
そうですね。
So there's a lot of conflicting information there. I don't think Erica herself believes that she's nice to other people, and it's not something that I personally believe at the moment either. At least in general, everyday life, when she's interacting with, well, her classmates or even her friends. Maybe Dahlia sees something in her that she doesn't, or she's just flat out wrong. I don't think we can discount either of those two at this moment in time. And we saw it there too. I don't think she thinks she's a nice person either.
「食事を持ってくるから待っていなさい」。やっぱり朝はパンだよな。
That's a nice little scene depiction too. Man, I'm really conflicted over which one I want to use. I can't use the one in the rabbit pen now because I overwrote it. But it's now between Dahlia picking Yaigaki up and carrying her and using that as a thumbnail, or this one, which is a much more peaceful and quaint scene, at least from the outward appearance. And I like it. I mean, I like both of them. We'll just keep going for now.
「お前朝はパン派？それともご飯派？」その顔はシリアル派か。まあどちらかというと外人顔だしな。
Is it the green hair? Or is it something else?
黙って食べられないの？冗談だよ。朝からサラダしか食ってないやつをからかったんだ。あのさ、もしかしてお前ベジタリアンとか？違うわ。でもサラダ以外は食べないようにしているの。 芸能人ゆえのスタイルへの気遣いってとこかね。
Same. I felt that right there. But of course there's a lot of other requirements that you would have to fill before being a celebrity. Like being sociable and having a good outward personality and being an interesting person. Can't really relate to any of those.
下げるわ。
I guess as I pointed out before, sort of in spite of her very dedicated, like, disinterest in people, like she's very committed to not liking people or not getting along with them. Obviously Chidori's terrible personality up until now doesn't help things either, but despite that, it's like, you know, she still sort of catches herself being, taking note of like what she smells like, which is in and of itself, I think it's a pretty intimate thing. Not really, it's more of just like a physically intimate thing, not really an indication that they're even going to get along at any point in the near future. But it's at least the second time she's brought it up, maybe the third, I'm not entirely sure.
戻ってくるまでに用意をしておいて。はあ？カバンに教科書を詰めるのよ。これから授業でしょ。
Maybe that was shocking to her because she usually doesn't go to class. I don't even think she goes to class at all, generally.
私にとっては日常じゃない。普段は寄宿舎の部屋で本を眺めてる時間なんだけどな。
See, here's another reason why Yaigaki is the best and most relatable character, ditching class. Obviously not really a model, or not really leading by example as to what a good student should do, but highly relatable despite that. Reasonable assumption to make if she was anyone else.
So そして今に至るか。John took a trip to a long trip. It turned out that it is a journey accompanied by pain severely, but he chose to take a trip.
Yeah, I can't really decipher that. What we're given here is John going on a trip. I can hear that much. And that's about it. But hey, English is hard, right? I think I believe it. So many exceptions in grammar rules. And it was all a long time ago. You know, we learned in like, what, 5th grade? But learning a language when you're older is never easy. Especially one that's as idiosyncratic as English is.
確かにこいつはなかなかだ。
I suppose I'll point out here that it's said in the first volume of the game that the ballet lessons that they teach at the school are like a sort of a selling point. It's why a lot of students come here. And despite that, it's not really given a lot of time in Volume 1. And by that I mean the characters don't really spend a lot of time there. They don't talk about it that much. And there's a reasonable explanation for that. And it's because none of them are that good at it. None of the main characters are anyway. So... and it doesn't seem like it's a reason why any of them went to the school. But here, it's kind of cool to see it in action, basically. It's someone here who's actually like, really good at it, and kind of displays like why it's a selling point, basically. And maybe for everyone else playing this game, or watching along right now, yeah, I can attest to that.
Taishita mono ne. まあ説明されなくてもある程度は知っているんだけどね。確かにちょっとしたバレエ教室じゃお目にかかれないレベルだな。ん？何か質問があるのかしら。腰回りのあれチュチュって言うんだろ。あれが揺れる姿はそそるな。何を言っているの？あれはチュチュじゃなくてスカートでいいのよ。
Here's another rare moment of honesty from our main character here. One that she would probably never ever admit to the subject in question. She would probably rather die. Her words, not mine. But maybe not so, probably captivated in the sense that like she's seeing her differently. And like her, what's the word? In her natural environment, quote unquote, for the first time.
ああして回転の軸をぶれさせないで回るのは大変なのよ。だろうね。想像しかできないけどな。
Intentionally makes the situation awkward. Nice.
やっちまったな。あ、ごめんなさい。私そんなに暗くなる話題じゃない。なあ委員長、あの動きはなんて言うんだ？あれはシェネよ。へえ、小気味いいリズムで踊るんだな。シェネは速い動きが綺麗なのよ。だから八重垣さんの感想で正解。そろそろ締めかね。あれはグランワルツ。最後にリベランスで終了ね。ああ、あれは見たことがある。演技の最後でお辞儀することが リベランスっていうのか。お辞儀、敬意を表す言葉だそうよ。
I think a takeaway here is even if you're not into ballet, you just got a ballet lesson, and you're not really into the subject like myself, is that whoever wrote this probably did their research. I can't attest to whether any of those things are accurate, like any of the dance moves or dance moves, like the techniques that they went over right now, whether they're real or not. I'm assuming they are, just because they're presented in a very serious manner, and it seems like whoever wrote this did their research anyway. I don't think I ever really doubted that, but it just goes to show, oh yeah, they do really care about this game. The developers do anyway. And I think that's a great thing. So I think if nothing else, you don't like ballet, then you can appreciate that much.
へえ。次は何を踊るんだい？遅い。ちゃんと注文通りの品を持ってきたみたいだな。感心感心。
I think we should keep track of how many times she notices what Chidori smells like. This has got to be the third, if not more than that.
早く食べて。お前な。それじゃいただきますかね。
Oh hey, the scene depiction's back, but now look at that. There's some really nice attention to detail there. They changed the food on the table to fit it for lunch, whereas there were eggs and stuff and bacon. But everything else is the same, but that's different. I think that's cool. Nice to point things out like that. They weren't just lazy, oh, they're eating again, you can use the same thing. They're okay, we gotta pay attention to what's on the table, just in case some watchful eye points it out.
おっと、忘れるところだった。イタリア料理はどうも好みじゃないが、こいつだけは別なんだよな。
That's kind of funny. I mean, here and earlier when they're eating breakfast, it's kind of yeah, she actually seems like she's really happy in that moment, which is rare from her. She's always usually making some sarcastic comment, or maybe she's enjoying herself, but it's by insulting someone else, making some jab that she's pretty proud of, which is happiness in its own right, but this is more pure in a way. I guess that's what I would call it.
で、お前はまたサラダなのかよ。
そうよ。
ベジタリアンじゃないって言ってたけど、よっぽどサラダが好きなんだな。
Seems like it's a repeat of their conversation earlier.
もしかして前世が虫とか？
黙って食べられないの？
And it seems like it's going the same way too. She's basically just like, shut up. You don't know how to stop running your mouth. Which I'm not going to disagree with, but...
今朝から同じメニューだろ。気にならない方が嘘だ。もしかしてそういう戒律とか？
キリスト教にはそんな戒律はないでしょ。これは必要だから食べているのよ。
必要だからね。ま、野菜を食わないと肌に悪いってのは聞くけど。でも私たちくらいの年齢ならこいつも食わなきゃな。
いただくわ。
Well, there's an unexpected development. You can't let yourself enjoy it, I guess, when you're so intent on not liking the person in front of you. Platonically or otherwise, I mean, you know. They're not even friends yet, so why would I make that sort of assumption? I wouldn't, even though you sort of know what the end goal here is of this game, as far as the romance route goes anyway.
Mm. どうよ。おい、いきなり何を書き出しているんだ？もしかしてレシピとか割り出して書き留めているわけ？おい、
自分ノートよ。
は？
自分ノート。
As if that's a sufficient explanation, even though we all know it's not. I don't think any normal person would. Though we know by now that Chidori is far from normal.
それだけじゃ白羽だってわかるわけないっての。
And if she wouldn't, then no one would. Okay, we're actually, we've been faced with a lot of choices in this chapter 1 up until now. And that's something that's a little bit different than Volume 1, because Volume 1 was pretty introductory. The story kind of told itself without really diverging, like, with these option trees. But now, like, this is what, like 5 or 6 choices at least? Not more than that. Our routes have already being decided for us, really, although we've yet to see any growth here. So, I wonder how long it'll take for that to happen. I just saved, right? Yes, I did. Okay. I kind of want to pick the nicer one. Like the one that she's, being less judgmental, to steal this word here. Just so we can sort of achieve, the intent is to kind of get closer to achieving Dahlia's goal of them to not be at each other's throats, or them to not hate each other, things like that. And if she was nice about it, then maybe that's what we can do here.
もしかしてポエムとか書いているわけ？
Would you look at that? It's green. Lit up for green. Looks like we picked the right one after all.
ポエム？詩を書く趣味はないわ。読みたいのならクラスの双子の姉妹に頼んだらどう？
佐々木姉妹に？
名前は覚えていないけれど、机の上に可愛らしいカエルの置物を置いていたわ。そういうの好きそうな外見じゃない？
That's new information. I think that's Ringo, probably. She's the quieter one who likes to read more, so it's more reasonable that it's her who's into it.
同じことを考えるとはね。あいつは可愛いもの好きだが、俗物的な意味での可愛いもの好きなんだ。夢見がちな系統じゃないよ。
Oh, they're talking about Ichigo. Sorry, my bad. But that's here. We get a sort of interesting observation from Chidori here, because it's the first time that she's sort of shown that she's paying attention to anyone else that's not herself. Because, you know, up until now she's been fairly disinterested in really talking to anyone. Erica, of course, but as well as really anyone else in class from the little we've seen of that. But here, in this little exchange, we sort of see that she isn't just ignoring everyone, if at the very least she's paying attention to like potential personality types based on just like outward actions and demeanors and things like that. So maybe that's something we can keep in mind for later. Maybe she's just not off in La La Land all the time, really just focused on herself. It remains to be seen.
そう。
Can't fight it. You can fight it all you want, but I think you're already losing this battle, honestly.
Hmm? バレエ、英語の授業、子牛の滑舌ってなんだこりゃ。
言ったでしょ、自分ノートよ。
だからそれがわからないって。もしかしてこれって好き嫌いを書いたノートなのかよ。
芸能活動で今までプライベートがなかったから、好きか嫌いかなんて考える暇がなかったわ。
So, by that you mean, or by that she means her work, like, you know, because she's like an actor or something or a dancer, isn't included in this category? She doesn't know if she likes that or not? That's kind of weird. Especially at a young age, if you're like you're a child actor or something, like, I guess at that age, it's harder to have a say in, like, what you do, and, like, whether you like it or not, you kind of just are oftentimes forced into it. So, maybe that has something to do with it, but I feel like the thought would have crossed her mind at least once up until now, right? I don't know.
だから自分が何が好きで何が嫌いなのかってことをノートに書き記しているの。
変わっているな、お前。
We know that much.
そうかしら。
そうさ、私よりも変わり者だよ、お前は。で、そのサラダも好きってわけだ。ずっとそればかり食べてるもんな。
好
好きなわけがないじゃない。スタイルを維持するために食べているだけよ。こんなものは虫が食べるものだわ。はあ、何を呆れた顔をしているの？あなたが虫だって言ったんじゃない。
I think that was their first exchange.
そりゃそうだけどな。
Pretty funny, she'd make a reference back to it.
こいつなかなか面白いやつなのかも。
6 hours? Holy crap. And that was after lunch, so the class went until 6. Man, that's brutal.
なんでこんな場所にいるんだ？八重垣さん、ほらこっちよ、見て。
Sorry, Sue, I might have to turn you down just a little bit. Still above average, but since voice volume is already at max, that should be fine.
足元がおぼつかないんだよ。ちょっと待ってくれ。
And it's true. From playing the first volume, Sue was sounding happy about something is very rare. Her being inwardly excited is much more common, but for her to actually display that outwardly doesn't happen a lot.
ごめんなさい。個人的には図書室の方が良かったけどな。押すわね。ああ。で、何が見てだって？ほら、黒いウサギのそば、藁の中を見て。もしかして赤ん坊が生まれたとか？そうなの。かわいいわよね。
I could be wrong here, but aren't rabbits like notorious breeders? Like they can churn out little rabbits like at the drop of a hat? Or is that guinea pig? I think it's guinea pigs. I don't know, I could be wrong, but like, I mean, you gotta be careful about that. It looks like a kind of a tiny rabbit pen, so overcrowding might be a real and present problem at some point. Who knows?
小さいネズミの赤ちゃんかと思ったぜ。ねえ、八重垣さん。なんだ？アミティエはやっぱりいいものでしょ？さあね、まだ実感できるほど知り合っちゃいないよ。そうよね。昨日の今日だものね。仲良くなれそう？
It's an innocent question, but... Well, before Erica answers herself, or we are made to answer for her, I'm not really sure which. Of course, Erica would probably be inclined up to this point to say no, but in like a short, like 24 hours or something, she's kind of warmed up to her a little bit. She's made the observation that, oh, Chidori might be an interesting person, which is not exactly positive. It doesn't have to be, but it's better than, you're like an insect, which is part of the first words that they exchanged. So, it's a start. Okay, so I do have to choose. And interestingly enough, none of these choices, neither of these choices are in the yes camp. I want to say, like, there's been a lot of evidence in this game until now that Suo has a route here. And as much as I want to pick it, because I love both of them, and I just kind of, it's really hard to see her like this, just like knowing what happened to her at the end of Volume 1, it's really hard to see her like this. And like, yeah, I want her to be happy in her, like, in her own way. But that's not like the true route of this game. If like my suspicions end up being right and Suo does have a route at some point, then yeah, I want to complete it, but that's not what the goal of this playthrough is, at least. We'll do it in a future one. And I think this one, if what we're assuming there is correct, then this one is probably for Suo's route. So it's this one. I'll pick for now. Oh. And after I gave that entire speech, it went up orange. So it's time to go back and, oh my gosh, I did not save right before I did that because I was confident in my answer and I was wrong. Happened a lot, but okay. Let's skip for a while. Until we get to that part. I'm sorry about that. But hey, I thought that was pretty good reasoning. Okay, here we are. Turn off skipper. Okay, we don't need to. Now we'll save. It's not gonna happen again, but I think we learned our lesson. We saw a bit of this when I picked the other option tree. This is kind of the answer that she wants to hear, I think. Which is, I don't entirely agree with it. I think she's genuinely curious. Suo is anyway, about whether they can actually be friends or not. I think it's a point of contention, we'll say.
え？性格的にとかじゃなく、生理的にってやつだ。正直、仲良くはなれないだろうな。そんな。
Oh. Now what's this? When she so reminds me of my past self. I don't think she's talking about Suo. It's possible, but it would explain, I guess this little bit of information would explain why she doesn't really get along with her in the first place, and she's so keen on like insulting her and making fun of her, things like that. But it's also something that we did not know like up until now, because Erica has only alluded to her past in like very small bits, and it's never been a lot of information. It's like, oh, my sister did ballet here, oh, my sister just helped me in the bath there. Just sort of like non-offensive tidbits of her life. But this is very important characterization, or it could be. Because it explains, well, a lot of her actions up until now. But what doesn't, it introduces this whole new set of questions, which is like, why, like, what is her past self, like, what about Chidori is like her past self then? And why doesn't she like her past self? Because obviously, if she liked herself if she liked who she was then she wouldn't be treating Chidori with such scorn. Such sudden and abrupt characterization. I like it.
お前がミティならよかった。八重垣さん。趣味は合うし、余計なことは喋らないしな。ありがとう、八重垣さん。でもね。でも、お部屋が本だらけになってしまうわ。
That's what you're worried about?
理想の空間だ。
I think it's the end. This looks like it's the end of chapter 1. That's how we've been going at it for like what, 2 hours now? More than 2 hours, combining the last chapter or last stream and this one. And maybe it's just me looking too hard for parallels between Volume 1 and 2, but Volume 2 seems to end Chapter 1 in the same way, because Volume 1 ended its Chapter 1 with Suo just like looking out towards the moon. It was nighttime, and she was sort of after this incredibly awkward situation, and she was sort of questioning whether she would ever get along with anyone. More or less, that was the sentiment. Here, it ends a little bit on a better note, I think. If it really is the end, I'm just kind of assuming. But the idea is the same, right? You look up to the sky and it's like, oh, it's a reflection of what you're feeling right now. I think that's the purpose anyway. Fade out. No, it's just a regular transition. Man, chapter 1 is going... Okay, now I feel dumb for making that whole speech. It's just me overanalyzing things again, I'm sorry. And that's the disadvantage of going in blind to this game. I don't have the prior knowledge of when things happen, and I haven't had the time to think about them, or yeah, I'm doing this all on the spot, so fun stuff. But then some stuff like that happens where I just kind of screw up royally. I'm sorry about that.
Yappa, 二度寝の誘惑には逆らえないわな。おやすみなさい。起きて。起きなさい。もう時間なのか。そうよ。早く着替えて。
Pretty sure that's a biblical reference. Wanted to point it out. I gotta think about this for a second to make sure I don't get it wrong. Although it's a little odd it's not capitalized, because in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, the story of Cain killing Abel, that parable, or it's not a parable, it's just literally in the book of Genesis, but Cain kills Abel, and as punishment, God banishes him to the land of Nod to wander there for eternity. I think, not for eternity, but just like, you know, for a very long amount of time. And I don't think the land of Nod, quote unquote, is ever really described in detail, but I'm sure since Cain was banished there, it's supposed to be this terrible place. I think that's the idea anyway. So for Erica to compare that to going to sleep is really interesting. I know, I'm doing this right after I just overanalyzed that last scene with Suo, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's just doing it to sound flowery in her descriptions, but... And maybe it's just me taking pride in the reference that I actually understood. Who knows? I'm reading into it regardless, I'm reading into it too much. Let's just keep going. And yeah, like that whole scene was a little bit, it was kind of tense, you know, even though literally nothing happened.
なんだかこうして着替えを手伝われるのも慣れてきたな。朝食もらってくるから待っていなさい。
It's almost like she's a fully functional human being.
了解。今日はパンよりご飯の気分だな。大盛りで頼むぜ。今日のバイキングはパンよ。分かってるよ。そんなに食べたいのなら山盛りにしてくるわ。冗談かそうでないかまだ分かっちゃいないか。雰囲気に飲まれていただけじゃないか。ま、芸能人様だ。歌と踊りができるのは仕事のうちだもんな。え？終わりました。はい、
とってもお上手でした。ありがとうございます、高崎さん。
さすがお歌がお上手で。私の歌声なんて大したものじゃないんでしょ。
Once again, calling back to their first exchange outside under the cherry tree. But no.
皮肉だよ。
Erica was just being extremely salty and sarcastic.
でもすごいよ。初めて歌ったんでしょ。それであんなに歌えるなんてなかなかできないよ。ねえ。そうね。スオさん。
Probably reminds her of Mayuri. If Erica making the observation when they first meet that Chidori reminds her of Mayuri, then Zuo probably feels the same way.
ボーカルレッスンは受けていた。あとは譜面通り歌えばいいだけ。
それはできる人理論だよ。シューティングゲームでコツを聞いたらこの面はとりあえず避けろとか言う。それができたらコツを聞いたりしませんよ。確かにお上手でしたけど、私としてはまゆりさんの方が良いと思いましたけどね。
And of course, as always, some things never change. One of those things being the Sasaki's complete lack of tact. Really, I have no more to say than that.
はあ、確かにあの聖母祭での成果は凄みがあったよね。失言だな。
Seriously, though.
そのまゆりという人は誰？
その
ゆり？まゆりという名前ではない。
それは
白羽さんはまゆりという人を知っているの？あなたが知っているのでしょ？誰なのかしら？
高坂まゆりさんは私のアミティエで。
そうなの。それでどの方が高坂さんなの？
So now it's up to Erica to defuse this situation, which has clearly spiraled out of control. Chidori has taken an uncharacteristic interest in who Mayuri is. I would say it's not entirely strange though, because Ichigo compared her singing like to be on like the same level, so I guess as a competitor in a way. As far as vocal talent goes, yeah, Chidori would probably be interested. As far as what the right choice is, this one's the truth, of course, but maybe Suo doesn't want that information to be sort of public. This one's more considerate of her. I just saved, right? I don't want to keep skipping. We'll say it's this one for now. Let's see. Oh my god, I have been 0 for 3 in the last 3 choices. Lit up orange every time. Okay, pick the other one, I guess. The other one it is.
はい。
何？
白羽が困っているだろ。エリカさん。
別に困らせるようなことはしていないわ。ただ人を訪ねているだけ。
お前にとっちゃそうだが、人には事情ってものがあるんだよ。こいつは友人じゃないが処置仲間なんでね。仲間の事情にズカズカ入らないでくれるか。矢吹ちゃん。
事情があるなら教えてほしいだけ。高坂まゆりの事情って何なの？
Despite her best intentions, I guess it didn't work. That's pretty rough. Is he gonna have to tell her?
そこまでよ。今は授業中よ、高崎さん。
ええ、そうね。なら、あなたは真面目に聞いていればいい。
Who should be listening again? Definitely wasn't you.
私は授業中だと言ったの。あなたも含まれるわ。雑談は後回しにして。
おかしな人ね。ああ。もしかして触れてはいけない話題だったの？
Finally figured it out. Took her about 10 minutes. Probably longer than that. And felt like longer than that anyway because of how awkward it was.
そう。もしかして個人とか？あら、その顔。
彼女はやめたわ。
そう。なら早くそう言えばいいのに。ただやめただけだというのに、おかしな人。
そうですよね。
今の言葉を取り消して。
何を？
取り消しなさい。
泣いている白羽に怒っている花火師。こいつはこっちはこっちで分かりやすいしな。
何かあったのかしら？八重垣さん。
Man, how many difficult choices is this? In such a short amount, in such a short span of time too. Okay. I really don't want to pick this. I like. It's really easy for me to side with the other two. Anyway, Rika and Zuo, because we're coming off of their game, and it's obviously like to anyone, it's pretty obvious it's a sensitive topic for them. Chidori was probably, she didn't have any malicious intent behind it, but she didn't really know when to stop, and it's kind of her fault that this situation has sort of spiraled out of control as much as it has up until now. Backing her up would, I would, I as the reader would feel like I'm betraying the other two. I'll just put it like that. I really don't want to pick it, but it seems like... Okay, we're just gonna play the saves again. I want to... Obviously, from, looking at it just empirically, from a distance, it doesn't matter which one I pick, because I can just go back and pick it again, or pick the right one again. But I just feel like my first impression means a lot when I approach this for the first time, and the choice that I decide on, the choice that I decide on, put a lot of thought into. I feel like it's a reflection of like how I see the game, and if I like understand it correctly, basically. And so getting it wrong, picking the wrong choice for the wrong reasons it makes me feel like I don't understand the game truly, to an extent. Doesn't help me arrive at an answer, though. Ah,
知らなかったことだしな。
why does that correspond to, like... Okay, fine. Whatever. It doesn't make any sense. Unless I've been playing under the wrong assumption and assuming that green means Chidori and orange means whoever else has a route in this game. That wouldn't really make sense considering the pattern of the last one. But we've been picking green every time now. And to be fair, the flower has not been growing. I'm so confused. Okay, fine. We'll just... Yeah.
高崎が歌った「アベマリア」からクラスで誰が一番歌がうまいかって話になりまして。
ええ、それで
話の流れから聖母祭での高坂の話になったんです。高崎は高坂のことを知らなかったので、高坂の話を白羽に尋ねて、それで。
そうですか。事情は分かりました。お互いに少しの行き違いからことが大きくなってしまった。ですから互いに許し合いましょう。
I want to take a second here because we're on the topic of the disappearance of Mayuri Kosaka, as I would so phrase it in a reference to a certain other anime that a lot of people have seen. That at the end of Volume 1, when because Volume 1 ends with her disappearing, and we know nothing about it. And that's why it leaves such a bitter taste in, I think, a lot of people's mouths, is because we're just left with that. We're left with no additional information to try to piece together why. We can make our guesses, sure, but there are hints at the end of Volume 1 that Dahlia here played a part in it. What that part is, and to what extent, if she did at all, is not clear, but... I'll put it this way, when Suo makes an observation, when she points something out about a person, she's almost never wrong. And she was doing it a lot towards the end of Volume 1. So, and part of the reason I don't like her, because I'm sort of operating under that suspicion. But it's just suspicion. I don't know for sure. And with that little observation out of the way, let's see how this scene is finally diffused, if at all.
許すも何も私には意味が分かりません。
あなたね。
声を荒げて悪かったわ。いえ、私も。
寛容は美徳です。許すということは人にしかできません。
尾を引きそうだな、こいつは。
Clearly.
お互いに許し合いましたが、聖堂内でのいさかいには罰を与えなければなりません。
罰ですか？あまりひどい罰は。
花火師さんは今日から1週間の間、私と共に温室での作業を手伝ってもらいます。
I don't know, spending a week or an hour every day for a week with Dahlia Sensei, that's a pretty bad punishment in my opinion. As always, this is a recurring theme in this game.
そして高崎さんにはそうね、そうだわ、飼育係をしてもらおうかしら。
Not to mention that Dahlia seems to take pleasure in meting out punishments.
飼育係ですか？何を？
知っているかしら。温室の少し外れにウサギ小屋があるのを。
はい、学院の案内で。
そう、少し前に子ウサギが生まれたそうなの。生まれてすぐの動物は間違いが起こりやすいから面倒見てほしいのよ。
わかりました。
アミティエなのだから八重垣さんも高崎さんと一緒に面倒を見てくださいね。
That's pretty unfortunate.
おい、冗談だろ。
ねえ、
なんだ。
怒鳴られたわ。
And whose fault do you think that was?
そりゃそうだ。
なんでよ。
あのな、いきなり急所を殴られたらガンジーだって反射的に殴り返すだろうがよ。
Very eloquently put.
殴ってないわ。
心の急所だよ。気づけバカ。
Nothing else got through to her. Literally.
大変ですね。嬉しいよ。ハグしてくれ。水って水を持ってこいって意味か。
それ以外にどう聞こえるの？
こんなにウサギの世話が面倒だとは思わなかったよ。
And chapter 1 is long. 2 hours in. Thinking back on the last stream, it took me about 50 minutes to get through the prologue and the introductions. So that left about 40 minutes for chapter 1, and then add that to here, where it's been about 2 hours and 10 minutes, and that's almost 3 hours just for chapter 1. Wow. I hope we're almost done soon. I don't want to make this video run for too long.
早く持ってきなさい。
それぞれ役割ってのがあるだろ。私は頭、お前は手足だ。
暑さで頭がダメになったの？
水を汲んだじょうろをどうやって持ってくるんだよ。膝の上に乗せてか。制服が濡れちまうよ。
あなた本当に役立たずね。
クラスメイトの連中が用もないのに遊びに来るくらいには愛らしいか。なんだか寝ている以外はずっと食べてる感じだよな。なんだよ、取って食おうってわけじゃないぞ。
I suppose that would be any rabbit's worst nightmare. Domestic rabbits, anyway, or wild rabbits, because there are wild cats out there. Because cats are incredibly efficient and cold-blooded killers. They're just also incredibly cute.
佐々木姉妹や白羽あたりが適任だと思うんだけどな。委員長は来やしなかったが。
She's probably still pissed.
まあ、なるようにしかならないよな。
どいて。逃げ出さないよう見張っていてよ。
ウサギって水を飲んだら死ぬって噂があったよな。
そうなの？こんなに美味しそうに飲んでいるじゃない。
いや、野菜の水分だけで十分だとかなんとか。実際買わなくちゃわからないことってあるよな。それとちょっと前に寂しいと死ぬみたいな話もあったよ
待って。
な。ほう、なんだ、自分ノートですか。
あなた目も悪かったのね。寂しいと死ぬだなんて書いてないじゃない。
多分専門書には書いてないと思うぜ。しかしうちの学院にその手の本置いてあったんだな。確かに実用書の類もあったけど、もっと硬いやつばっかりだったしさ。
Who says rabbit care can't be a serious topic? Last year I had a friend who, her and her roommates had a bunch of, or they had to take care of a guinea pig for an entire year. It didn't go over so well, is what I'll say. I mean, the guinea pig's still alive. He's could be doing worse, definitely, but, you know, different animal. I imagine the amount of care is pretty similar, because guinea pigs also eat hay, and they live in a similar environment, so yeah, animal care is hard, and that was just one.
探すのにかなり手間がかかったわ。白羽さんも一緒でないともっと時間がかかったでしょうね。
白羽に探すのを手伝ってもらったのかよ。
言っている意味がわからないわ。白羽さんは図書委員なのでしょ。なら図書のピックアップを手伝うのは仕事のうちじゃない。
空気が読めないやつってのは得だよな。
Still doesn't understand.
何？
いいや、白羽に頼んだのなら合点がいったよ。
まだ自分ではご飯は食べられないのね。
もしかして
この専門書が正しいのなら今は生後10日あたりね。毛は生え揃いウサギらしくなってくる。
ま、確かに生まれたばかりはネズミの赤ちゃんかと思ったしな。
ネズミ？あなた字も読めないの？ここにそう書いてあるでしょ。
視界って
ねえ、話聞いているの？
No, she was not listening at all.
聞いてるよ。暑いから離れろ。
I imagine it must be difficult to find someone that you really, really don't like attractive. It seems like that's what's happening here anyway. It would probably be accompanied by vehement denial and other things like that.
それであとどれくらい世話をすればいいんだ？
どれくらいとは？
いやだからさ、ずっと世話するわけじゃないだろ。バスキア教諭が言ってただろ。生まれてすぐの動物は間違いが起こりやすいから面倒を見てほしいのよってさ。だからある程度生態ってのか、手がかからなくなるくらいに成長したら世話しなくてもいいんじゃねえの？
離乳期はおおよそ1ヶ月くらいだそうよ。
1ヶ月か。そりゃものによれば生体になるまで半年くらいかかるやつもあるか。
There's another typo. That's not that bad. 2 in 4 hours of gameplay, is it? Up until now? I think last in the previous game the frequency was much higher. But then again, there was an upward trend of typos towards the end. They probably, QC just got lazy and it was like, it was probably fine, and it wasn't. I hope that's not the case here.
まあ世話をするって言っても餌やりと水替えと掃除くらいだし面倒はないか。
病気も気をつけなくちゃいけないわ。
ウサギも病気とかするのかよ。中耳炎になったりとか。立派な耳してるもんな。
有名なところでは不正交合と毛球症があるそうよ。
It's honestly like Chidori doesn't know what a joke is. Considering her personality and just like everything she's said and done up to this point, it's within the realm of possibility.
有名って言っても飼ってないんだから聞いたことないっつうの。
ウサギの歯はずっと伸び続けるのよ。だからかじるものを用意してあげないと噛み合わせが悪くなるのだって。
へえ、サメみたいだな。
あれは生え変わるのよ。毛球症は毛づくろいした時に自分の毛を飲んでしまうことによって起こるの。毛の塊が胃の出口を塞いでしまい、お腹を壊すだけでなく様々な疾患の原因となってしまうらしいわ。
ああ、なんか前に見たことがあるな。確か猫とかがそうじゃなかったっけ。
猫は毛を自分で吐き出せるわ。あなた微妙にずれた覚え方をしているのね。
You gotta sneak in some insult there.
興味ないことはなるべく脳のストックに入れたくないんだよ。 もともと動物とは相性が悪い。
不正光合は硬いものを、毛球症は食物繊維が多いものを与えればいいと書いてあるわ。どちらも干し草でいいらしいけど。他にも鼻風邪や目の病気も気をつけた方が良さそうね。
遊びに来ましたですよ。お前ら手伝いに来たっていう建前を言うのはやめたんだな。
That was probably never their intention in the first place, knowing them.
そんなことないよ。お手伝いに。おい、今さら花粉症か？ウサギに移すなよ。花粉症は移らないよ。
She's more concerned about the rabbits than she is about herself.
いちごねえなら頑張れば悪いわ。
困るわ。
ま、手伝ってくれるなら構わないけどな。
No, that cannot be. That cannot be from Battleship the movie, the one that came out, like, the really cheesy looking one. Oh my gosh. Of all the things that you could reference there, you picked that. Okay. No further comment on the matter. If anything, what Chidori says is true. She does read anything and everything, and that probably applies to movies as well.
いなくなってしまったなんて、そんな。
どうした？何があった？
It's not exactly the same, but that sounds awfully similar to the thinking music from Volume 1. And by that, I mean, whenever you had a mystery to solve, this music came up. It sort of was the indicator, like, okay, you gotta start putting the pieces together, some information that, you know, you need to pay attention to, because you have a mystery to solve. It's basically, yeah, it's the same thing, just reprised with different instruments, like the accordion and stuff like that. I wonder if this would be a good stopping point. If it really is a mystery. And I don't know, and if it is, it means that we're probably not going to be done with Chapter 1 for a while. At least another 45 or so minutes at that. So, maybe I should stop here. We've gotten pretty far. I mean, lots of interesting developments and things of the sort, and a 2.5 hour video is a lot to digest on its own. So yeah, I think I'm going to sign out here. Okay. Not the best stopping point, I'm sure, but I mean, maybe I should also, I've kind of been really unsure about the choices that I've been picking up until now, whether they're like the right choices for the route that we want, or it's going to lead us down to a bad ending. And to call this playthrough a walkthrough and then have it lead to a bad ending is it's dangerously close to clickbait territory, so I guess I should see if I'm leading us on the right path here. But until then, we're just gonna stop here and probably finish this, I don't know, next time I can stream. Maybe Sunday. Definitely Monday at the latest, but hopefully before that. But for now, we'll leave on this sort of cliffhanger. What happened, who disappeared, what did, what's going on. that kind of thing, and hopefully conclude Chapter 1 in our next stream. So until then, this is Ottermelon, signing out. If you like this, like and subscribe. More visual novel playthroughs, because that's the only thing I can play because my computer isn't that good. And it's what I like to do. So there's that as well. But yeah, that's it. I'm signing out. See you all later. And thanks for joining in the stream.